last time we talked, I might have seemed a little overconfident, even arrogant. Anyways, I hope you're not offended. Believe me, no one cares about this film business of ours as much as me. And my goal is to bring people together, not push them away. I learned this back in my youth, in Minsk. My friends and I were bullied by some punks who called themselves the Nyoman Gang. And not just us, the whole neighborhood. So what did I do? I make a deal with all the neighborhood kids, even the ones I couldn't stand. And we called ourselves the Alliance. Together we gave these jerks such a beating that no one has heard from them since. Oh, those were good times. We should make a movie about it sometime, yeah? Anyway, the politicians, the priests, all the do-gooder hypocrites, they're just like the Nyoman Gang. They think they can attack us and our business and get away with it. They're exploiting the fact that we are divided. But not to worry. I've got an idea. I even discussed it already with a couple of our colleagues. Don't let them get you down, kid. There's good news on the way. Well, thank you, Mr. Gernstein. Waiting with bated breath. I have no idea what accent that is. I just tried something new. Hey, welcome back to Hollywood Animal. I hope you're having a great day. We're in kind of a troubling financial situation here. And because of that, we got some people who would love to keep working together, but I just can't. I can't afford you. So I'm just going to have to back out of basically every deal because I can't afford to renew them. But what I'm hoping is that our films do well. The Road Less Traveled maybe isn't doing quite as well as I would have hoped, but it's at least profitable. It's not gaining a whole lot here, given that it's the third month of it running in here. It's the only thing we have in theaters at the moment. Fully Loaded is going to complete. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. And then Ronnie the Rabbit's nearly done, and we can hopefully start post-production on Risk at that point, which probably isn't going to give me a whole lot of money, but we'll see. Vincent Rooks, we got to back out of that one too. We didn't find any story elements, unfortunately. Bernard, get up there and do it, please. So with Ronnie the Rabbit being done, we could get this on the schedule. It did improve a little bit. But I won't be able to afford the advertising expense for this. And that's the problem. Like right now, I don't have enough money to commit to it. So I'm going to put it on the schedule, maybe back like over here or something. But it's just going to sit there for a bit because I really can't do anything with it until I have cash. What is the solution for cash is the thing I've been thinking about. Like, what can I possibly do for cash right now? I already have the loan. It's already taken. And so I might be able to do something with one of my acquaintances here. I might be able to do something for somebody and get some cash. Let's see. 6.0 and 5.4. Phoenix Burns is this is our corrupt official film here. Working Man, Femme Fatale, Angry Boss. This is almost expired here, or this is almost stale. So we're going to have a little bit of a problem releasing that really soon, but we'll see. And then we can go ahead and start production on that. I think we're going to have to hold off. It's too expensive. Going to have to hold off on production for that for a second too. Okay, so I want to like basically lock down expenses, don't go anything crazy right now. Fully Loaded, we've already paid for all that stuff, so we're just going to get it out there. And that also counts as one of the 5 films with our new camera. I believe this is the first film that we've released with the new camera. Here we go, Fully Loaded. And this one has Femme Fatale, so that is going to stop our corrupt official. That's going to make our corrupted official film stale here. This is locked in and good, but the corrupt official one's about to be stale. Yeah. Oh, and Searching for the Silver Dagger, I guess, too. Both of these are in, well, this is still in pre-production as well. So there's a little ways away there. We'll have to wait until April next year for it to be good to go again. We can send this over to the post house as well, but I don't really want to spend it just yet. We need to find a way to get money. That's the only thing I need to do right now. Security, let's go ahead and pop you like that. And we'll call that good. Filming was accelerated by 10% for the entire period. Yes, it was. We can go to post-production, but again, I don't think I can actually afford to start it.
Maybe I can't afford not to start it. Maybe Emma, Lee. We'll go ahead and do you guys here. How much does this cost? 21,000. Maybe I'm gonna be in the red a little bit sooner if I try that. So let's back out for a second. Again, we're just gonna have to find what can we do for money. This film's gonna pay us. This film's gonna start paying us. We have these 3 films already done and just paid for, these 2 anyway. So like there's some money coming in, but like I gotta figure out what am I gonna do for this? Finances. We have a $3.5 million loss at the moment. We're definitely not, by we of course I mean me, definitely not managing that very effectively. We will have our own power plant possible soon, right? 142 days away. And that will help us with a little bit of the expenses. Not much, but something. Our expenses right now are 28,000. I think that's a month. Yep. 28,770 per month. So as soon as we get our own power plant, that expense goes away. But then, of course, we have the expense of the power plant, too. So, I don't know. Line production office being done. We can go after something else now. Now, auxiliary film crew seems nice. High service level could be better, too. I like the double XP possibilities. These are all very far out to where this can help me much quicker. And then having an emergency double could save me a lot. Flexible schedule can save me a lot, too. So I'm going to go after this. And I think... not going to spend any cash. We're just going to go 500 days on that. Russell Simmons. Oh. Shootout just became a fresh story element again. Okay. I can't renew your deal. So I'm going to back out of that. Because now I'm negative. Great. Oh my. Look at that. Boom. 157,000 down. Okay. So that's the start of December. Yeah. Well... we did make some good profits with this, but it's kind of run its course, so we can end distribution on that. Send it to the archive. This producer, I'd love to keep you. I really would, but I can't afford you. Goodbye. So we're 123,000 in the hole, and that is going to hit our... yes, our reputation is getting hit big time with that. So it's kind of all sitting on fully loaded paying me right now, which... I am really, really not sure how to get out of this hole. This loan payment here, you know, I took this loan here. Interest rate's 22%. So I got to come up with a way to pay this off at some point here too. Yikes! I'm gonna end up losing myself here. Yeah, I might end up losing myself. We'll have to hire myself later. Goodbye. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but... Don Alberto Conti. Ah, the Mafia family. Maybe they can help me. Take a breath for a minute, my son, and listen to this old man. My father, Riccardo Conti, was a great man and consigliere. All of the Sicily feared him. His brother, Giovanni Conti, was all but empty, or just empty talk. Clown who never made anything except writing stupid poems. But who do you think is remembered in my homeland now? In my native Messina, one of the streets is named after the poet Giovanni Conti. Riccardo was forgotten a few months after his death. I refused to suffer the fate of my father, so I wrote a book, the story of my life. But when I finished the novel and gave the manuscript to my grandchildren, those jerks didn't even read a single page. That's when I realized it. If you want to be remembered in America, you have to make a movie. We hired professionals and turned the book into a script. It turned out just fine. Now I want you to make a film with it. I'm willing to give you $1 million to cover the costs. You'll see, this film will make a name for everyone involved. Who do you say? Can you help each other? Yes, I think we absolutely can, because I need the $1 million badly. This will be my way out here. Show me the script at once. Okay. So this, we've seen this before, but we're going to go through it because I don't want you guys to be like, I didn't see the first series. That's good. We have Vincenzo D'Ambrosio, the Sicilian Tiger. Action 40%, detective 40%, 20% drama. Sicilian Tiger. Let's go ahead and read this script. So our protagonist is a hopeless romantic. Once upon a time in Sicily, there lived a boy named Alberto. He was the son of Colombino Conti, a fourth-generation mafioso, a king of thieves known throughout Italy. Alberto had no fondness for his life. Everything was given to him upon a silver platter, like he was a helpless woman. He knew he wanted to build his own happy life for himself. He would step out into his father's shadow and make his own dreams come true. He would go to America. So you can see all the story elements and how they unfold as we go through here. Vincenzo D'Ambrosio has a 7.0 professionalism as a screenwriter, which is interesting. So themes and events, runaway. Yep, someone runs away from home or dreams of doing so. So one night, Alberto threw a bunch of grapes into his travel bag and ran away from his parents' house. He grabbed the ore he'd carved from an olive tree, because obviously he made the ore himself, and jumped into a gondola. Few would dare take the voyage to America alone in such a modest craft, but Alberto was brave and full of purpose. After a week of sailing, he arrived in New York and got himself... Okay, so let's recap. He left Italy in a gondola with an ore he made himself, and from Sicily to America, arrived in New York a week later. Okay? We following the timeline there? Yeah. Okay. Just checking here. But he wouldn't be a cunt if he hadn't a sense of adventure. All right. So he got himself a job at the port. Supporting characters, a parental figure. One day, Alberto saw 5 scoundrels with pistols robbing a guy on the street. Alberto stood up for him and fought off the bandits with his bare hands. It so happened the poor fellow was no ordinary passerby, but the son of Dale Scrugio, the mafia boss who controlled half of New York. In gratitude, Scrugio took Alberto under his wing and educated him in the local customs. Over time, they started trusting him with the most delicate of tasks. Alberto proved himself strong, courageous, and quick-witted. Scrugio often said of Alberto, "It's a pity that my son isn't more like his friend." A love interest. One day, at a city dance, Alberto met a girl named Charissa. Alberto liked her smile and invited her out to dinner. It wasn't until their third date that Alberto learned that Charissa was the daughter of none other than Benjamin Desmond, the head of a rival family, and one who controlled the other half of New York. But Alberto wasn't afraid of Charissa's father. He would not meet her secretly like a schoolboy. He wanted everyone to see that he and Charissa were in love. So not a Romeo and Juliet situation then. Criminal mastermind antagonist Desmond quickly learned of his daughter's adventures and became furious. He struck Charissa and growled through his teeth, "You will marry my business partner, Boncho Kruger, or you will die." At the next Mafia meeting, he delivered his competitor an ultimatum. "Scrugio, hand over your pup Alberto, or you will regret it." But Scrugio would not betray Alberto. The boy had become even dearer to him than his own son. Instead, he hid the boy away in an abandoned house on the outskirts of the city. "You must leave this place forever," he said, "and never return." Alberto nodded gratefully and hugged Scrugio goodbye. "Don't worry anymore about Alberto," Scrugio said at his next meeting with Desmond. "I've taken care of him." To this, Desmond replied, "I hope that means you killed him. You know what I do to people who disappoint me." But Alberto couldn't live without his beloved, and he decided to take Charissa with him. He made his way to Desmond's estate, broke into the mansion. The guards were armed with blades, but his fists were all he needed. Because obviously, he freed his beloved. And later that same day, Alberto and Charissa were on a train to Mexico. Desmond soon discovered that his daughter had run off with Alberto. "Just as I thought," he hissed. "Scrugio tricked me. You have only yourself to blame, old man." Late that night, Desmond and 10 henchmen surrounded Dale Scrugio's house and opened fire with triple-barreled guns. A hail of bullets turned the guards to mincemeat, killed the servants, and even Scrugio's son. But by some miracle, Scrugio himself survived. He managed to grab a gun, killed one bandit with a well-aimed shot, and barricaded himself in a bedroom. Desmond ordered the mansion burned. Scrooge choked and succumbed to the smoke as flames engulfed the building. When Alberto learned that Dale Scrooge had been killed, he clenched his fist so tightly that he left bloody marks in his palms. That evening, Alberto kissed Charissa goodbye and returned to America to get revenge on Desmond. Back in New York, Alberto spoke to a gardener who saw what happened that night. That night, he compiled a kill list, each of Desmond's henchmen involved in the raid. Avenging loved ones. Alberto went from one mobster to the next, taking their lives. He stabbed Fat Sam in the eyes with his throwing knives, plunged a dagger into Skitty Tom's belly, shot Lanky Phil in the head with a pair of revolvers, and threw a garrote. Garrote? I think that's how you say it. Garrote. Around Shorty Winnie's neck. Our hero became as death itself. Before the gangsters could reach their guns, they were already dead on the floor. No one compared with Alberto in precision, strength, or speed. The antagonist gets killed. Alberto made his way to the Mafia leader's lair, where he found Desmond, and he'd taken hostage. He'd taken Charissa hostage. The poor girl secretly followed her beloved to New York. Her father put a revolver to his daughter's head. Surrender, Alberto. Surrender, Alberto, or you alone will be to blame for her death. Alberto slowly raised his hands, but at the final moment, he pulled the trigger and fired up the chandelier above Desmond's head. The bullet, in an explosion of sparks, ricochets and hits Desmond right in the temple. Charissa was saved. Unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable. Finally, the surviving members of both clans came to Alberto with an offer. Signor Conti, you are the most worthy of men among us. Be our boss. Let us unite and become stronger than we have ever been before. After some thought, Alberto agreed. He united the clans and made the New York family the most powerful syndicate in all of America. And Charissa Desmond became his wife. It's unbelievable, I'll tell you. It's crazy. What a story. Wow. What do you say? Impressive, right? Yeah, 2 years. Yeah. I hope I live that long. I'd like to see my film before I leave this world. Please don't disappoint this old man. All right, so we got $1 million. That buys me some time. Very, very good. Buys me some time. I like Anthony Campbell. I'm actually going to renew his contract because I actually like him, and since I have the money to do so, we can do that. So let's go ahead and get this director for 3 more movies. It's $22,000. I'm going to give you medical insurance. I don't think you like heroin. Yeah, you probably don't like heroin. We'll go $18,000 plus the medical insurance. Go. That'll get him for 3 more movies. Lewis, I think I'm going to need you too. You're a perfectionist, but I think I'm going to need you as well. So let's get you, again, 3 movies, not years, 3 movies. And we'll get you on the medical insurance plan as well for 13.9. Go. Okay. Probably could go back and get Charlie, but remember his skills are capped at the moment, so I can't really make him better at all. So like if he wants to go off and do his own thing, that's fine. We can bring him back later, maybe. All right, we promised 2 years on this. We can shelve this for now. We'll come back to it later. I want to make sure that we're great on money for a while. Okay, so that buys us a little bit of time. We want to put Risk, Gabriel Witkowski. I think I'm probably good with you being out. Let's take Phoenix Burns. Let's get that in production. We'll put security on it and go. Get that in production. Then we want to get Risk, editing. We want Beverly on that. We have to keep rolling. We have to keep putting films out or we're not going to make the money. So let's go ahead and get that going. And then also Ronnie the Rabbit. We want to put you in a place where it's going to make sense. So this is a 5.6. We'll probably renew this. So aiming to renew this, we can go 1 more week here. We have time, but not a lot of time. Let's put you about like this. About like this. About like, say this. And about like this. So that gives me some space. 6 weeks of printing puts me there. I think we probably only need maybe 2,800 or so showings that next week here. So I can probably get by with this. Yeah. Can probably get by with this. We'll encroach on, I'm going to be renewing this, but we're going to kind of get in that territory a little bit there, but I think it'll be all right. Let's go ahead and do that. And then for the advertising on Ronnie the Rabbit, we're going to want to organize the advertising again. We're going to go maybe here. Not quite what we're looking for here. Let's pull this. Yeah, about this way. That's good. We'll lock that there. And then this film is what? This is a adventure comedy, fantasy kingdom, an evil monster, treasure hunts. This is kind of a film that could be for the whole family. It could be. Potentially. We'll go a little lighter, I think, on the advertising here. Let's maybe just use these two. I gotta make sure I'm not overspending here. So we'll put those two. It's probably not going to be as good on the advertising, but I need something. I need to spend on the other films too. Okay. We have a couple of other films that are done over on here. So let's go Smoked Paprika. This is a very, it wasn't a very good film. Now it's actually decent. So the pre-production process helped huge. Yeah, everything was great there. We can start production on that one right now too. Let's get security there. And I think for this one, we're going to go low. It's not really all that much of a difference, to be honest. I mean, it looks like a 33% difference, but we'll go low on this. And then the search for the dagger, silver dagger. This has got some stale elements in it, so we can probably put off this a little bit. We don't need this one to shoot right away, but the thing about this is if I don't shoot it, the actors are not available, right? They're locked into this project until the shooting is done. So we want to get the production done, I think. So why don't we go ahead and start that anyway? That way all the directors and all that stuff can do. The producers are still going to have their hands full until it's released, but I at least want the talent to be available. We're not going to renew Sarah Fried's contract. Okay. Fred Carpenter, the mayor of Los Angeles. The ocean breeze, sun gleaming off the luxury cars, the smell of the restaurants, the mansions on the hills. This is how people like you and me see Los Angeles. But I still remember another Los Angeles. The Los Angeles of my youth. I remember the smog. I remember the bed bugs where me and my wife used to stay. I remember the stinky canned food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's lots of people out there living like this, and it breaks my heart. Is there some way they could see the city through our eyes? The eyes of the well-fed? There's only one way. A city tax on the rich. Then we can pay for social programs. Help the poor with food and clothing. Raising taxes is never popular, I know, but that's why I was hoping maybe one of your actors could support the initiative. Okay, so if only you knew how much I sympathize with the poor. Within 3 months, I'll find 2 actors to sign your petition, or most actors have no idea how taxes work and will believe anything. I can easily find 3 actors to sign your script. So this is happiness of 80 or higher, and this one is level 5 or higher skill. So it's not just one more, but it's also a different requirement. So we're going to go here. It's nice to know there's still some idealists among us. Okay, so I can do that because I want to get on the mayor's good side. So the petition for the mayor, we can probably go, it's only people who are happy, right? And I don't know exactly how much I have to pay them. But in general, I probably want to use people who, I mean, they just need to be happy. They don't need to be very good. So Anton Simpson, he's not very influential anyway, so it's fine. The happiness must be 80 or higher. And we can get somebody like, say, Leslie Sanders here. All right, ready. All right, so I got those 2 people to sign it. They'll build a huge monument for us here someday. So we're just going to receive 30 GP. That's good. Now, if we were doing really prominent people, we would have got more GP from him. So I wanted to go in here, though, because I thought maybe the mayor might be able to help me with... I guess he can't really help me with money, can he? The mayor's party will help me with the influence points. We could probably spend that to get a little bit more influence points out of him there. And then tout the mayor's achievements or help his nephew. This is going to get me GP, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. That's a contracting company. I don't need to build anything like that right away. The line production office would be a nice thing to have. It's just extra expense. It'd be a nice thing to have this though, because I can adjust the shooting schedules and stuff. There might be certain events where I wish I had this. I can go cheap on it. That wouldn't be such a big deal. Maybe I go cheap on this. I can say like Luxta Construction here would be a way to get it quickly and then also not have to spend a lot on it. We now have the superior sound studio. Okay. Now we can do our own sound. That's going to be great. I think probably want more experience is so good though. I think more experience. 1,500 days is a long time to wait, and I could be using, well, probably not. Superior, whichever direction I go, I want to make sure that I'm going there all the way. And I think probably concert hall or film lab. Which one's more expensive in the process? Let's see. Which one is more expensive in the process? So this one here. So we have the concert hall, which cost me 11,000. Film development cost me 13. So another film studio would be better. We did sound recording first. That's actually the cheapest one. Unfortunately, I kind of messed that up. So film development is the most expensive one. So we should go for film lab instead. 400 days. Probably not going to speed this one up, and then we'll probably speed this one up. All right, we'll go for the film lab instead. Now, in that sense, we can get a sound studio. And it will be a superior sound studio when we do. So this means that we will be able to... we'll go ahead and do this one, yeah. We'll be able to have better quality sound for all of our movies and not have to pay that fee. That'll not only give us better stuff, but it will also save us money per film. We do have the monthly maintenance cost on that, which kind of offsets it. It might even mean more expense overall, depending on how many films we're making. So we want to keep it running. We want to keep it moving all the time. The post-production office needs to be going all the time to really make it worth it. I like you. Let's go ahead and get you another contract as well. Again, we're going to go for 3 movies, and we'll get you on the insurance plan. There we go, $37,000. I'm really eating into that million, you know. Fully loaded. You better do some good for me here. I like Jane Fisher. I think we can work together again for sure. We'll get her on here as well. $13,000. Yeah, I'll give her the health insurance too. There we go. We can't. It's just not the right percentage. I'd have to pay her more. I'd have to pay her a lot more in order to get that percentage down. No? Oh, that's not how it works at all. Okay, never mind then. We'll take this off, and then we'll pay her the $13,000. Okay. Let's see. We want to get the last bottle. We can probably put that on the schedule potentially as well. This made some good money, and it looks like it's still making pretty good money, although we might want to set up the distribution a little differently. We were about 43% full in the last term, so we don't need to be this far. So we can probably bring this down to about here, I guess. We have the space available. We can just use it. It doesn't matter. This one here is a little bit more troublesome. I think we can pay for the theaters, at least to this point. Probably okay. And then we'll take this one down, let's say here, and then take this one down to about here. So we're going to pay for a little bit, but it overlaps get down. So yeah. Okay. And then we're good to go on that. We're not going to bother with the extra advertising. Okay, Spencer, producer, 3.1. Let's go ahead and take you out for a second. How long until this is done? My producers, 400 more days. Ugh. It's a long time. It's a long time. What else can we do? Oh, boy. All right, so Harley Osborne in the Searching for the Silver Dagger. This actually was a somewhat crap script that became a much better one with the right people behind it. In the bank robbery scene, the extras don't look too scared. The director tried his best, but he couldn't make them seem afraid of the robbers. So we're going to let one of the robbers pistol whip a hostage. Ooh. I like that. Downs our studio's reputation by 10. Oh, well. Go ahead and do it. That'll really scare him. Wow, he really hit that guy. Femme Fatale is back being good, and Paul Tanner's back from vacation. I didn't even know you left. I'd totally forgotten about that. Drug addict. Love triangle. Specialization. All right, let's get the bottle here. We have sound recording. Oh, we're so close, actually. You know what? Why don't we hold off on it just a little bit longer? And we can use, in a month, we'll be able to use the sound studio to get a higher quality release on that. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and release Get Down. Get a C+ on the Kino Mark score. Not too shabby there. When over half an hour passes between successful jokes, it's not a very good sign for a comedy. Ouch. All right, good. Ulrich getting some experience. Everybody's got their experience. Very good. And we're going to lock in fresh story elements. There we go. Okay, now Femme Fatale is back on the not fresh anymore. Okay, it is what it is. So we have another thing to deal with over here. Director Hartley Osborne, so searching for the silver dagger. The extra who got pistol whipped on set is demanding compensation for the injury. I don't actually have the cash. That sucks. So we're not paying anymore. We get a high chance of beating up an extra being leaked, or we use threats to keep him quiet because we have security on board. This gives us a medium chance of the leak. I think we're going to try the threats. So this is going to give us a secret that we have to push through again, unfortunately, but we can assign some security to try to mitigate that a little bit better. It looks like everybody has the same. I don't know what the levels do. Like the level 3 has the same, you know, I figured the level 3 would be better at the job, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. No? So I'll just put Wallace on there. Let him try to deal with that secret for a while. Now, I know it doesn't look like we have anything going in pre-production, but we do actually have a couple of scripts, one of which is being written by a freelancer. We owe no taxes because we're operating at a loss. That makes sense. And monthly studio expenses are at $287,000. I mean, the utility cost is huge, but we're working on that by building our own power plant and stuff. So cinema maintenance is pretty expensive as well. But the biggest one is just our general staff. So you might want to look into maybe, I don't know, being a little more efficient. We are the only studio to still be operating at a loss. It's not a huge deal, right? I took over it 2 years ago. These guys are established and they've been running for a while. I only took over it 2 years ago, and it's not uncommon for a brand new enterprise that's rapidly expanding to also just be operating at a negative consistently. That's not out of the ordinary at all. If I was still negative next year, or at the end of 2020, at the end of 1932, at that year-end expense, if I'm still negative, then I think we have a problem. But the first 2 years, I don't think it's a big deal. We're building buildings and getting a whole bunch of contracts renewed and all of those things. So whatever. Box office successes, we're not going to have any of those anymore. We kind of got the first one given to us, so whatever. There we go. So we didn't get any experience because of that either. Head of the maintenance department. I'd like to keep working, so we signed a new contract for 6 years. Okay, well, you can negotiate. He wants just 12. 6 years. If I give you medical insurance, that's going to be all it is. So you really don't want much? You want 1,200 for 6 years. Oh, I thought it was 1,200. No, I'm not wrong, right? That's 1,200. That's 1,200 per 30 days. It's very small, but you can see it. It is per month. Salary is this much per 30 days. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll give you 1,200 bucks for 30 days. That's fine. These are probably pretty cheap compared to others anyway. We're waiting on this, right? For the sound studio. So let's go ahead and wait for that to happen. Or do we bother? It's a 4.8. We could have the sound studio available. If we use it now, we could have it available for when this gets done. Let's see. So this is 8 days, 19 days. This one's not done for... Yeah, okay, we can actually do it for both. We can do it for both. We can wait. So we'll go ahead and let it go. And the last bottle we'll get that sound studio. All right, Cold Look. It ain't great. Let me tell you, it's really not great. We can go ahead and probably just delete this one. I think so. We'll go ahead and delete that one. And then my writers need something to write. So I need my writers to do things. Let's have Harley look for things. Let's have Cornelius. We can have you write just a random comedy to get you a little bit better at what you're doing. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and figure that out? Get yourself some experience on that. Clifford. I think we're going to have Chester go ahead and try this. And then Clifford, I'm going to give you a script. And Clifford is going to have... God, we have some really good scripts already, don't we? I want to wait for the other ones to finish, and then I can get Sicilian Tiger started. I mean, when you can buy scripts for this cheap, do I really need my own writers? Right? Like, look at this. No words needed. 34,000 for a 7.0 script. Like, 6.0 script. Do I even need it? I don't think I need my writers to even do it. Purchase this one. Purchase this one. We're just going to grab those two scripts, and then I guess what we'll do is we'll just have you write to get you better at what you do, right? We'll get Clifford to write this one because he has a low chance of getting things anyway. And then Felix is back, and we can get a good story element with you, hopefully. So good chance of a story element with you. But when you can, you know, just buy scripts for that cheap, it might as well just do it, right? So no words needed, or we start the Sicilian Tiger. Let's figure out the Sicilian Tiger really quick here. So, I mean, we need better people. I need you to be done with this. Phoenix Burns need to be complete because Phoenix Burns has good people. We'll wait on the Sicilian Tiger. And then we'll go into, let's say, Rolling Thunder. It's got some stale elements, but that's not in August. It'll be done, so that'll be okay. We'll start this project instead. So we can do Homer here. We're definitely going to give you sound stages. It'd be nice to give you a big one, but we're actually using them all, darn it. So, all right, fine. Small sound stages for the whole film with Homer. Filming tech is going to be the Hesper 35. Yep, sound tech, good. We really don't need to put a lot into this. I don't think so. Yeah, we don't have great props or anything like that. We can go medium, I suppose. I'm not going to bother giving you any extras, though. Producer on this film should probably not be such a high-end producer. Let's find people who are free. We can go cheaper. How about you, Jay? Jay will spice this up for us. We'll get you on insurance. And you know what? We can probably get you for 3 years. How many for movies, though? That's a pretty substantial difference, but I also can't give you medical insurance in that regard. Looks like I can't even do it here either, so never mind. So you're gonna have 3 movies, no medical insurance, and you're good with $17,000. All right, we'll get you on this movie, Jay. And our director, we can put nobody's on a timer, right? Yeah, okay, this one's gonna go to Lewis. Our cop can be, let's give this to Earl. The criminal mastermind. You've been a cop before, but only once. It's not like they're tired of you. Criminal mastermind. We can give this to, how about Peter? I think that's probably fine. Yeah. Okay, seems good. Go ahead and have that sealed. Go. It's a very simple film. Just 2 actors. Ulrich. What's up, man? My head of distribution says we're facing a difficult economic situation in the country, so the theater managers are offering to let people in for free if they can't afford a ticket. The system works like this. They got to show an unemployment certificate, which they can get at the labor exchange. If there's a free seat in the hall, they can watch a film without paying. What do you think? It would support the people, and you're not losing anything. No one's paying for free seats. No one's paying for the free seats. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. Let's let it happen. I mean, yeah, is there room for abuse there? Sure, but you know, it's probably a small number of cases, and we're doing everybody a good favor, right? All right, so smoke paprika. Plus, if it looks like our theaters are really full, well, I don't think anyone would, knowing that policy exists, I don't think anyone would really like buy that. All right, so everything's negative here, unfortunately. Smoke paprika. The horse that was trained for the film can't stand the lead actor. She becomes aggressive when he's nearby and refuses to let him in the saddle. So I don't have any heroin. Requires 4 pieces of heroin. And then I could tame the horse with heroin. Find a double, which I can't do because I don't have that yet. Emergency doubles. So I can remove the horse from the script, which is a lower quality film, or I can just find another horse for $500. 3 days isn't a big deal. 3 days isn't a big deal. So we'll do that. We're not ready for the Sicilian Tiger. Let's hold off on that. Is there anyone else? I think there's other films we could be shooting right now. Let's try the Borrowed Murderer. We can put Thomas as 6.0. You know what? Never mind that for a second. Let's hold off on that. Risk is done. So Risk is our one that has the rape theme and generous profanity. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and we already knew the editing was going to bring it down a little bit because we don't have anyone that's that good of editing, but they're getting experience. That's what counts. Okay. Now, again, this is the one with a lot of profanity in it, so I don't know who's going to love this. Bone Grinder will love it, but that's probably about it. Do we place it alongside? I think probably we do it on its own time, right? Yeah, like here. And then I think we have to have it on its own time, yeah. So right about here we'll go, and then this will be, let's say 5.3. We can even make this like 5. Let's go 6,000. 5.2, and then 4.3, and then let's go 3.6. All right, so that gives us a pretty good amount of time before that actually releases. It's fresh elements as far as we can tell. We get the ads to go be super effective. We're definitely going to renew this film, so we'll extend the advertising period 2 more days. Now, we got to be careful of who we market this to generally, but I think it's really just not kids. They're the press that read the announcement paper back in American City. I think I can probably go through all of these, I think. Every Woman in America, newspapers, magazines, radio stations. I would like to unlock this. Solid audience base. I would like to do that. Let's go ahead and unlock this one. So this one's going to be 66. And then we wouldn't really want the middle-aged or older people on this one. This is definitely for the newer, like younger crowd, I would say. So maybe we try these 3. It's $200,000, but I think we'll try these 3. Okay. Good. So we got a couple of films that are about to pay us too. These Fully Loaded and Get Down. We're about to collect some money from those. It'll be great. And looks to me like we probably can go ahead and end distribution on this one. So Fully Loaded's done. And then Get Down will be the only one left now. Line production is done, and then the big sound studio. Any second now, right? Any second now. Maintenance. Yeah, he's really cheap. So I think I just renewed him for 6 years. So we definitely want to give him, you know, get him the big bonuses. It's not really about the department at that point. And then there's our sound studio. It's done. It's 75% condition, which is nice. We're just going to call this sound studio. It's not a big deal. We can actually make more than one if we want to have, you know, multiple sound or multiple films going at once as far as post-production, and we want them both to have high quality sound. Then we need to have multiple sound studios. In this case, though, we're just going to use our own high quality one here. It'll cost us less money. It does take longer to produce it, though. Longer to make results, but it's okay. 27 days should be fine. I can probably get this to be boosted up a little bit if I use Beverly, but I want to get Emma some experience. So I'm going to use Emma here instead. And then we want Lee to be in better shape here. Lee, aren't you? I thought you were an addict. You don't seem like you're an addict. I don't have any gifts. I need to go back and get my gifts. Need to buy more gifts. Let's, whoops. No, it's just this thing interrupting me. Yeah, we want to set up distribution for this again. So this is going to be renewed. We already knew that was going to happen. We'll have maximum here. That's fine. Now, we don't have a lot of showings here, unfortunately. So we're just going to max out what we can do here. And that's going to be it. I think, yeah. Yeah, we're probably just going to go... I mean, there's just no way this matters, right? This can come down. And then we have these, which is maxed out for what we can do. So we'll probably have 100% on all of those. It'll be okay. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some gifts if I can. Gifts, we want to get, let's say, some whiskey. Let's get 5 of those, and we'll get some more watches. We'll get like 5 of those. That's fine. Probably should get a little bit more heroin, because there's events where that's useful. And then the secret arises again. Damn. Forgot about the secret. It's all right. We'll assign security to it, I guess. Hopefully they can manage that secret a little bit better. Hello, Jerry. Public relations executive says last weekend there was a charity dinner at the Woodchuck Hotel. They were raising money to save some forests. Or was it children? Maybe forest children? I can't remember exactly. Don't even ask me why they didn't invite us. Gernstein had long since arranged for his protege, May Lowe, to represent the film industry. The girl is incredibly talented, but she can't hold her liquor. Rather than blowing past the crowd of reporters like normal people, the poor thing poured out her soul to them for 40 minutes. First, she talked about her ex, then about how hard it was for her to cope with the geese, then when her parents sent her to live on a farm at the tender age of 7. And the loudmouth bird finished off by throwing mud on all the competing film studios. Everyone got it, but us especially. I'd rather go to Nebraska and carry pig shit on my back from morning to night than work for those worms. Yeah, that's what she said. What a hoot it would be if she ate her words and had to sign a contract with us. True, she's tied to Gernstein Brothers for years to come, but there's no tie that can't be broken with a simple folder filled with some juicy dirt. That's good. We'll dig up some dirt on her. I like it. So dig up some dirt on May Lowe and use it to lure her to the studio. So to do this, we need to go to where the actors are. These are our employees. I need to go here, I think. Yeah. Here's May Lowe. Okay. Now we want to find some dirt on her, and we can't do that because we don't have the facilities for it. Oh. Okay. Hang on a second now. So to do that, do we need, let's see, where is security at? Security is in advanced. It's probably, it might be this building. Let's see. What's the secret keepers? I think it's offensive operations, maybe. Sometimes trace interrogation through intimidation, kidnap, beating, murder, reliable cover, compromising information. I think that's probably this. So we're not going to be able to do this. We just don't have enough. If I go into this right now, I can have it in 150 days and then maybe get this one faster. But I would I forego everything I've already started with Secret Keepers. So this entire bit here is wasted if I do that. And that includes any type of money that I might have put in order to get it this far, this fast. If successful, an agent will reduce the risk of a secret leaking by 2 levels instead of 1, which is pretty good. It means I can do a lot of things and not be caught for it. But offensive operations does seem like it could be nice. I don't have to do this. I don't know what my reputation will actually go down if I don't do it. I don't want to lose any progress I have, but 642 days is a long time. I could be doing these things while this is going. So I don't like it a lot here, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. I will lose the progress on that other one. This is a $1,200 or 1,200 day thing. I'm not sure I spent any money on it. I'm not sure what I did before, but we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. So we're going to grab this. It's 150 days, and then we're going to go compromising information from there. And we'll see what we get from that. What else is left? Alcohol, spirit of freedom. Artistic appeal must be at least 4 with that. This is the alcohol one. Now, the alcohol one, I forget which film that is. Darn it. I think it's the last bottle. That makes sense. Alcohol, spirit of freedom. Yeah. Now, the artistic score has to be at least 4. This is a 4.7 right now. I'm hoping that stays. We We do have the high quality sound. So I'm really hoping artistic score stays above 4. Otherwise, I'm kind of screwed on this. It's going to take me... I'll basically have to blitzkrieg this, you know? Blitz it. I'll have to just rush it, whatever you want to call it, you know? Oh, also, we can pay back the loan now, too. We have 2.2 million. So if I pay this back... I can't pay it back early because you have to research paying it back early. Yeah. Okay, fine. So I'll just have to leave it there, I guess. Comes due later. All right. Hi, Thomas Litvin. He's the head of Evergreen Movies, one of our competitors. A quiet, leisurely business meeting in a fine restaurant. That's how I'd hope we'd meet when the time came. The circumstances dictate otherwise, so let's act like old friends and get straight to business. After that, we'll catch up, I promise. I value fair competition, and I'm not out to ruin anyone. Anybody that gets into a business as tough as this one deserves respect, no question. Although, when Arthur Gernstein is in front of me, I feel like ripping the skin off his smug face. So, when he came to me with this idea of an alliance, I considered throwing the unprincipled leech down the stairs. I'd be damned, but I suppose I should give him some credit. When all those politicians and loudmouth activists started ganging up on our industry, Gernstein was thinking about all of us. Maybe for the first time, he wasn't just covering his own wrinkled ass. He realized that the only way to stand up to them was together. And he's the one with enough connections and influence to unite us all under one flag. Though I bet you're thinking like me, better to mind your own business and not get into this whole mess. But if we just stand aside, we'll get eaten. The alliance is going to happen with or without us, and the only difference is, without us, Gernstein will be running things his way. With us, maybe the voice of reason and decency can drown him out. I'm asking you for your help. Let's support the alliance, and together, prevent it from turning into a charade. Yes. I think we will do that. And just as promised, for the release of the movie, we get $300,000. There we go. Okay, so now we have access to Ryan Doyle. I do like Ryan Doyle. We can go and do threatenings and meetings, beatings and murders and all sorts of things with him if we want to. So we'd probably look into those things if we need to. 44 days left in our protection from the police raids. And we could throw a party. I don't really need the influence points just yet. I don't think there's anything I really need to do in here. So we're going to hold off on that. All right. So Bone Grinder loves the one. Most Hollywood hucksters only film sterile banalities where the people look more like mannequins. It's reassuring to know that even the cesspool of mediocrity, there are still brave souls out there who aren't afraid to acknowledge the liberating power of alcohol. Yeah. So he likes things that go against the norm, right? Against society's norms. And actually, B+ Kino Mark score for this is pretty good too, so we're going to get some really good targeting. And we are locked in for freshness. Off we go. Although the love triangle thing is a little stale now. We have one that has that. That's Femme Fatale. Phoenix Burn has Femme Fatale as well. When is that coming out, I wonder? When is that going to stop being stale? Let's see Rolling Thunder again. Okay, it got better. You know, that was to be expected. Couldn't get much worse. Start production on that too. We'll put a security officer on that too. And let's give it a low quality on there. Okay, so what has happened to this video? Well, we had a dire money situation that was basically saved by the Mafia. So that was cool. We have 4 films in production. Most of our best talent is involved in at least one of these. I think both of these actually, but Phoenix Burn specifically. When this is done, we should have the talent freed up to be able to do these ones. So we'll get those going. We have The Last Bottle in the right here, Alcohol, Spirit of Freedom. This actually isn't the film I needed though. It's the one that was needed. So I guess the one is the one that had Alcohol, Spirit of Freedom in it. So that was my backup film. So that's nice though. We have The Last Bottle. That's going to happen too. We're out of that debt. Well, technically we're in debt, but I'm out of the dire financial straits now. But my reputation has taken a pretty good hit this episode. So we're going to have to start working on our reputation just a little bit. And we have some secrets that we're trying to deal with as well. We have some secrets to get rid of. Hopefully fairly soon, especially the beating up an extra one. I really don't want that one out there. The illegal gifts one is, and that one sucks because I'll probably get raided as soon as that secret comes out. So we have protection from raids from a normal raid perspective, but I don't know this, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think if that secret gets out, then we get raided right away anyway. So we kind of want to maybe get our gifts and start distributing them in case we get that to happen. So anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.